This past weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out and it was great, but that's not what we're here to discuss today. No, today we're here to talk about what I think is not only the best Guardians movie, but just the best movie in the whole MCU, period. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let's get into it. At its core, Guardians 2 is a movie all about family and the many forms it can come in. This idea immediately kicks into motion during the second scene where we're reunited with the Guardians. In the previous film, we left off with them having officially formed a team of ragtag losers who seem to miraculously mesh together. So of course, right away we are greeted by why their partnership is such a miracle after all. They argue and don't listen to each other, but they're still able to raise a child together because at the end of the day, they are a family. A family with fragile egos? Sure. A family that came together only 2 to 3 months prior? Sure. But family is what you make of it, and they found each other. Fast forward a bit farther into the movie, and we see this theme explored through a whole new lens. Fathers. I know we meet Ego in the first scene and are then reintroduced to him around 24 minutes in, but to me, I think it really kicks off 5 minutes later.
I thought Yondu was your father.
What? We've been together this whole time, you thought Yondu was my actual blood relative?
You look exactly alike.
One's blue!
As you can see in this scene, it's not only Yondu or Ego being introduced, but the first comparison between the two is made about being Peter's father. And of course, it's by Drax. At first, Peter is a bit apprehensive with Ego. The closest thing he'd had to a father was his grandpa and Yondu, both of whom he felt did him very wrong. Throughout this franchise, and especially in this movie, the idea of having a father figure or even just someone who loves him is very difficult for Peter to grasp. But of course, as time goes on, he gives in. Rather than it being him who's apprehensive, it becomes Gamora who feels like Peter's just too interested in his father just after a day of meeting him. She realizes that Peter has already completely disregarded his family, the Guardians, just because his dad, who never before made an effort with him, finally turned up. After this argument, Gamora goes off and is attacked by Nebula. The two of them have what is probably my favorite fight of the film before making up.
And I just wanted a sister!
Like the Guardians, Nebula and Gamora aren't related. Their relationship is complicated because of how they were brought up together in the abusive care of Thanos. After this fight, we see the love they share be rekindled, further emphasizing that family can come from the most unexpected places. While that's going on, Ego finds Peter and begins manipulating him until...
It broke my heart to put that tumor in her head. What?
From then on, it just becomes a classic MCU CGI battle, but personally, I just like this one a lot more than others thanks to the sky-high emotional stakes. The Guardians are also all together for the first time since the beginning of the movie, and the banter is hysterical while the affection between Yondu and Peter is so touching. Despite one of them looking like a smurf, it's clear that Yondu really is Peter's father. So when Yondu sacrifices himself, that line about him being his real dad feels earned. And if you didn't come close to shedding a tear either in that scene or during the Ravager funeral, I think you're psychotic. To me, these movies, and especially this one, just make me appreciate the family I have in my own life. James Gunn has put so much love and care into each of these characters to the point where Peter got to reunite with his grandpa at the end of the third movie, tying off this story arc. At the end of the day, family has really been an overarching point of all of these movies. It just happens to be strongest in Guardians 2, a movie about love, loyalty, and belonging. Thank you so much for watching. Video essays are a little new for my channel, so I thought I would try just making a little short one, and that was this video. So if you liked it, please feel free to let me know in the comments, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do, because this is a very small channel, so your support really means so much. If you would like to watch another video though, feel free to check out this review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.